Let's talk about that UFC 293 extravaganza. I was up 0.16 units on all the bets I put in this video. A unit for me is $100, so I was up $16. And again, I'm not paying my mortgage with $16, but it wasn't the bath that most people ended up taking. Jacob was up about 5 units. His lock of the week hit again. If you don't know what that is, Jacob picks an underdog every single week, stamps the claim on it, puts out an amazing video, and makes that person his lock of the week. Lock of the week's 100% free. You're going to hear me promote premium in this video. Lock of the week's free for the world. We don't even monetize that video, so feel free to watch, tail, do whatever you want. But his lock of the week is up 25 total units if you bet every single one of those dogs, and the ROI on that is almost 63%. And that's because they're all underdogs, and he has hit 6 of his last 8. Our community crushed. As you know, we have a premium service. Our premium members pay $10. They get access to more things than I can list in this video, and they have been crushing it, whether it's using the tools, watching our bets, finding their spots, using the information, whatever it is, they've been crushing it. $72,000 in premium member winnings from UFC 293. They've absolutely been dominating everything from fantasy to bets, all the things. They are premium members only. I will never share a ticket or a winning card if it isn't from a premium member. It's only $10 a month to become one. You can join them. You can join the community. WeWantPicks.com. Just click become a member at the top. It's literally only $10, and you're going to get all sorts of stuff, including tools. One of those tools for the betting community is the line movement tracker. You're going to get the opening odds, the current odds, the win probability, and the line movement for every single fighter on every single card. This should help you identify spots, identify trends, hop on or hop off a train. You're also going to get detailed data and metrics. You're also going to get a whole suite of fantasy offerings. You're also going to get every one of my bets, every one of Jacob's bets, and then we have other contributors as well. You're going to get Artem's bets. You're going to get the Running Mouth MMA crew. There's 3 of them. You're going to get their bets. All of that included for only $10 a month. WeWantPicks.com. Just click become a member at the top. And finally, let me give you $50. We have affiliate deals with all of the major offshore sports books, all of them. And if you use our link to sign up with any one of them, we send you $50 as a thank you. You have to use the link. That's how you get associated to us. And then we get paid. I slice off $50 and I give that right back to you. WeWantPicks.com/bets. If you sign up, if you make a deposit, I'll send you $50. Real money from my bank account to yours through Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. Not like a deposit match. Actual money. WeWantPicks.com/bets. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit, and I'll send you that money. I'm going to show you all of my bets in a second. Before I do, let's talk in general terms, some of my most confident favorites, and then some solid underdogs that we could look at here. Favorite-wise, I love Charlie Campbell. Yes, he's stepping up on short notice, but he's coming out of that Sarah Longo fight gym, and they've been very active lately, so he's been in a bunch of camps with all of these people, helping them train for their fights. He's a kickboxer. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got all the things. I like Charlie Campbell, not to mention his opponent hasn't fought in 6 years. So Charlie Campbell, solid play. Obviously, the odds are a bit wide, but the reality is he's as close to his lock as you're going to get on this card. You're also going to see BetOnline odds. That's our preferred sports book. On the right-hand column, you're going to see BetOpenly odds. BetOpenly is not a sports book. It's peer-to-peer betting. It's person versus person. It's not you versus the casino. And because it's person versus person, there's not all sorts of built-in cushion. So you're going to get better odds going to BetOpenly. You just throw up a bet, and then another human being, whether you know them or not, somewhere else on this planet will grab the other side of that bet. So I have both odds here so you can see and sort of pick and choose where you want to go. For example, Raul Rosas Jr., -800. He should win. He should absolutely dominate this fight. -800 is a little too wide at this point to do anything with, but if you go to BetOpenly, you'll get him at -567. And then obviously the other side of that, if you are on the Terrence Mitchell side, you're not going to want to place that bet on BetOpenly because you're going to get better odds at a sportsbook because he's such a massive underdog. Lupi Godinez is another one of these big favorites that I am confident in, but also she worries me a little bit, right? She's a little bit risky. She should dominate this fight. We've seen her when she uses her wrestling, when she uses her actual skill set, she dominates fights. The problem is you can't always count on her. Go watch that Cynthia Calvillo fight. It's like, she just refused. I could win this with wrestling, but I'm not going to. It made no sense. Same with the Angela Hill fight. So Loopy is very risky in that you can't trust her, but skill-wise, technique-wise, she should absolutely dominate this fight. And then Roman Kopylov, minus 310. I'm going to tell you two things about Roman Kopylov. One, he should beat the absolute shit out of Josh Frem. It shouldn't even be a close fight. Josh Frem looked like trash against everybody he's fought except SD Dumas, who has less than negative takedown defense, okay? But I don't know what it is. I'm all over Roman Kopylov. You're going to see my bet. Like, I'm all in on Roman Kopylov. But there's just, I don't know what it is. I hope I'm dead wrong. There's just like a feeling I have that Roman's going to be the one to F everything up this week. I don't know why I have that feeling. It is based off nothing. No facts would point to Roman Kopylov loses this fight, but I just feel very weird about that fight. Maybe I've been on Instagram too much and I've seen too many Josh Frem training videos, and he looks good in training, but then he goes out there and he kind of stinks up the joint. Maybe I'm getting tricked with the training videos. I don't know, but something just feels like Roman's going to lose this fight. With that being said, he shouldn't. That's not based in fact. Roman should beat the absolute shit out of Josh Frem. Then we have a couple of underdogs here that I personally think can win these fights. We got Jasmine Jasudavicius. She's sitting at plus 105 right now. Very good wrestler. Wrestled long before her MMA career. She's fighting Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez needs to wrestle. Her striking sucks. She needs to wrestle to get it to the ground where she should have an advantage. Do I think Tracy Cortez, who started wrestling as an MMA fighter as an adult, is going to be able to take down Jasmine Jasudavicius? Maybe. That's the problem with MMA wrestling in general. It's not always the better wrestler that wins. But the reality is, I think Jasmine can beat her the same way she beat Miranda Maverick. Stay in her face with the striking, get her backing up, defend a couple of poor takedown attempts, potentially get her own takedowns as well. So I like Jasmine in that fight. I'll show you. I do have a bet on her, and I'll give you that in a second. I like Kevin Holland as the underdog as well. And this is a tough fight for both of these men. Kevin Holland's going to be fighting the best striker he's fought. Jack Della Maddalena is going to be fighting the best striker he's fought. So this is going to be a great fight. It's a phenomenal co-main event. I'm on the Kevin Holland side for two reasons. One, I just think his range, his accuracy, all of that is incredible. And two, he has fought the better slate of competition. And yes, he didn't win all of those fights, but he has been in there with top 5 middleweights. He's beaten all the welterweights that he's fought. And I think Kevin Holland is going to take that experience, take the fact that he's fought Chimaev. He fought Vettori. He fought Derek Brunson. Like, he's fought the who's who of multiple divisions. And I think that experience with his range is going to do well for him. But obviously, if Jack Della just pumps that jab and just keeps it in Kevin's face, that could be a problem for Kevin. And then we got Alexa Grasso at plus 150. Also, I said Kevin beat all the welterweights. He lost to Wonderboy. Anyway, he broke his hand in the second round. He was dominating, broke his hand, and then it fell off from there. And then Alexa Grasso. I personally think she loses. But underdog-wise, she's the current champion. She won this exact fight. These women fought already, and Alexa Grasso won that fight. Jacob obviously is also very high on Alexa Grasso. She's his underdog lock of the week. Personally, I'm on the other side. I'm not betting the main event because I truly can see it going both ways. You're either going to get the best affordable price on the greatest women's fighter or second greatest women's fighter of all time on Valentina at minus 160 something, or Alexa Grasso is going to remind everybody like how she won the first one. Like, yeah, I'm the better striker, which she was in the first fight, and the better grappler, which she was in the first fight. She was just losing the wrestling exchanges. So could be an interesting fight, but underdog-wise, she's clearly a very good underdog considering she won this exact same fight already. Now let's talk about my actual bet. So I have 1.5, 2.5, 3, 4.25 units on this card, and then you add in my safety parlay, 5.25 units on this card. If you guys know me and you've been watching these videos, I'm a very conservative bettor. Jacob, 12 to 15 units a week consistently. Last week crushed it. Twitter was a graveyard of people, oh, Izzy ruined my life, and this sucked, and that sucked. Not Jacob. Jacob didn't have that misery. Jacob did incredibly well last week. Again, these bets on this slide last week, and I made $16. Better than I lost 800. So it is what it is. But we got Jasmine Jasudavicius. I just talked about why I think she can win this fight. I have a full or a half a unit on her at a full even money. Plus 100 dead even money. You can get a couple extra points if you get that bet right now. And I walked through why I think she wins. She's going to be the better wrestler, and Tracy's going to need the rest. It's just that simple. Roman Kopylov, I got him at minus 275. Obviously, those odds have moved quite a bit. Still affordable. I just also talked through why he worries me. And I don't even have an actual reason why I think Roman might lose this fight, but I just got this weird feeling over the last 2 days that, like, it's almost too obvious that he's going to win, and there's just something up. And Josh Freem, who actually does have a decent chin, his takedowns kind of suck, but all of a sudden, Josh Freem coming forward, bombing away, you never know. But I am on the Roman side. I do have a unit and a half on him. And then we got a couple of props. Marnik Mann. She is like a plus 500 something underdog. And I get it. Like, she's small. She's exactly 5 feet tall. She's a little undersized. Not great anywhere, but she's tough. She's going to get in your face. She could work in the takedowns. Like, she is a gritty, tough, stay-in-your-face kind of fighter. And she's also fighting another UFC newcomer. I mean, it's 2 UFC newcomers, both of them not really tested. Neither one of them have a ton of experience on the regional scene. Both of them stepping up on short notice. And she's a 500-something underdog. Doesn't make sense to me, so I got a plus 3.5 bet. What that means is I'm buying points on the judge's scorecard. So every judge has to score every round 10-9, 10-8, 10-7, whatever it is, right? You add up those scores, you add 3.5 points, and that's what I've done. The way that math works out is if Marnik Mann wins one single round on the judges' scorecards or better, I win. I hit my bet. So if Marnik Mann does end up on top, gets some nice control positions, wins that round 10-9, then loses the next 2 rounds 10-9, loses them, right? 9-10, however you want to say it. I hit the bet. So if Marnik Mann straight up wins the fight, I hit the bet. If she stops Knudsen, I win the bet. If she loses a split decision, I win the bet. If she loses a 29-28 across the board, I hit the bet. The way I don't get the bet is she gets shut out or she gets stopped. So we'll see. I mean, I only threw a quarter of a unit on that, but the odds were just too crazy to pass that up. And then I have an over 2.5 round prop parlay. I took the round props for Godinez Reed, Cortez, Jasudavicius. They're over 2.5. I smashed them together, and I basically got even money, and I threw 1 unit on that. The reality is Cortez, Jasmine, both of them super tough. I don't see either one of them quitting or getting finished. And then Godinez and Reed. Reed has showed us how insanely tough she is. Godinez has showed us how insanely tough she is and that she's not really a finisher. So these should, I mean, they're juice lines, but these should absolutely go to a decision. And because of that, I slapped them together, threw a unit on it. And then I do have one parlay. I called this, if you're a premium member, you see it. I named it the Risky Favorites Parlay. Raul Rosas Jr. has proven to us that he is a kid. He's got some low fight IQ moments. He doesn't, he's all in on submissions. He shouldn't be, and he's made mistakes. We've seen that. He's very, very young. Should win this fight. I threw this parlay up before he was minus 800. He was like minus 650 at the time, I believe. I put him together with Lupita, who was minus 300 something at the time, and the output was minus 206. Both risky, and when I parlay, I like to do, not risky together, because nothing worse than a 3-leg parlay, 2 of them crushed, and the 3rd leg's the risky one. They blow it for everybody. So I personally like to separate those out, and I'm calling this the Risky Favorites Parlay. If there's going to be some heavy favorites on this card that blow it, it's going to be one of these 2. Let's take a look at the safety parlay. The safety parlay, minus 150 this week. I throw 1 unit on every one of my safety parlays. Historically, the safety parlay is doing very, very well. Israel Adesanya ruined it last week. It is what it is. I think a lot of us were in that boat. Hindsight's 2020, but so many comments on Sunday morning. It was obvious Sean Strickland was the win. How did people not see this? If you looked at facts instead of hype, you would have known Sean Strickland. Shut the fuck up. None of you actually thought that. Everybody in the comment section is a genius after the fact. Obviously, Sean Strickland dominated that fight, deserved to win that fight. Izzy sucks. He doesn't suck. But the reality is, Izzy was the most parlayed fighter in history. Literally, statistically speaking. So for people to show up and pretend, oh, we all knew Sean Strickland. No, you didn't. You would have made a fortune if you did. Anyway, this week's safety parlay, Two money lines, very confident in both of them. Minus 150. Historically, safety parlays hitting at like 70%, 69, 70%, something like that. The overall ROI is through the roof. The returned units, the net unit profit is through the roof as well. And there's a safety parlay each and every week for premium members only at WeWantPicks.com. Just click become a member. If you don't believe in the safety parlay, if you want to bet against the safety parlay, you can get that on BetOpenly. If you're a premium member, there's a link in the Discord to bet against the safety parlay. The way parlays work with BetOpenly, if you bet against one, is you just need it to break. So I have two fighters. You don't need both of the other people to win. If one of my fighters lose, you get paid. That's why the odds are a little wide, because you're betting against the parlay as a whole. Let's take a look at Jacob's bets. He's got, as of right now, before the takedown props, the strike props, the wins the first round type props, before all of those drop, Jacob's at about 12 units on the board. He's got Alexa Grasso, his lock of the week. He got her at plus 145. 2 units on that. He's got Lupita Godinez. I just did that math for you a minute ago on the plus 3.5 for Marnik Man. He did the opposite bet on Lupita Godinez. He's selling points. So she can win by finish or win by 30-27. As long as she does that, Jacob gets paid. He's minus 200, but she's like a minus 4 something favorite. So he basically cuts it in half for a dominant performance. And then he's got Charlie Campbell, first round knockout at plus 150, plus money on another minus 500 type favorite. And winning by knockout in the first round is not that crazy, frankly. His opponent hasn't fought in 6 years. Charlie Campbell's a very good striker. He has a half of a unit on that. And way more, 9 more units of bets for premium members. Unlock all of those at WeWantPicks.com. Just click become a member. And finally, let's just look at the BetOpenly bets. BetOpenly, as I mentioned before, it is peer-to-peer betting. So we're giving you the opportunity to bet us. I have my safety parlay up on BetOpenly. If you want to take my money, if you want to bet against it, in Discord, there is a link. Grab that link and you literally will be taking my money. It's $100. You can bet 10. You can take the whole 100, whatever it is. If I lose, you have my money in your pocket. Exact same thing for Jacob's lock of the week. He's on the Alexa Grasso side, so you will be taking Valentina Shevchenko. And if Valentina Shevchenko wins and you took that bet, you have Jacob's money in your pocket. Not casino money, Jacob's money. Then you can hop into the Discord, rub it in his face, and just reminder, the Discord is 100% free. If you're a premium member and you have linked your Discord, you unlock very specific channels that will give you alerts to your phones. But overall, the Discord, the general chat, a couple of the other discussion rooms are all entirely free. So join that. There's a link in that description. And don't forget, I will send you $50. WeWantPicks.com/bets. Use the link to sign up with any one of our partners. Make a deposit, and I'll send you $50 from me to you. WeWantPicks.com/bets.